Come on now. Hurry up. A bit of a storm. They're not going to be happy about being outside during this. All the paladin. Oh, they've gone to sleep. Great. There we go. Right, okay, done. Slow things down. Alright. So, employment, I'm going to say I just want one person employed here. The radius, I'm not actually sure what that means exactly. Set the work radius of the room. Subjects will look for work within the radius. A big radius can be ineffective, and workers will have a hard time getting back to the surfaces. When workers, so basically, at 100%, they can go across the entire map to collect the things. You know what? I'm fine with that. But we're going to add one to everything. So, one of the chests to every single item. And this place is going to be a generally low priority area. Yep. And dump. Perfect. Right, so if you set fetch up on something, what? Oh, I thought that was a button that would allow me to add livestock to the haulers. I was like, oh, this is amazing. But no, sadly. You can upgrade it as well to increase functionality to some degree. I'm not exactly sure how that would work. But there we go. This warehouse one, it needs a name so that I can isolate it when I'm dealing with other things. So, warehouse one shall be... well, 9 is there, so... actually, I'm thinking I might name the half first. Hunter buildings don't actually hunt animals on your map now. They leave the map now, so you never out-hunt it. Oh, that's amazing. That's actually really cool. Because that was a concern before. You could eventually overhunt and then be left with no animals on your map, which was always a bit of a concern. Alright, so this will be the crown square. To work 9 into this somehow. Actually, I'll pop 9 at the beginning. Oh, the names are too short. Fine, okay, I guess I'm not going to be able to be that creative then. 9's fire. Yeah, sure, we'll call it 9's fire pit. I'll just be there. Right, so services will tell us what the load is on the service and the quality. The highest load of this service during the day. Once full, it means there aren't enough services to meet your subject's demands. If low, it's an indication you can cut down on this service. Available services are 13, currently used as 1, total is 14. Capacity, a rough estimate of how many subjects this can be served in a single day, and the radius that this will reach out to. Now, the radius on this is different to the radius when it talks about so like 100% is the 100% of the map that can be accessed, whereas this is 150 cells, I think. Thanks for not playing Palworld. It's currently Twitch Plays Palworld out there. Yeah, I imagine. I really, you know what? We're gonna. Don't know if that's a Y or an I. There we go. Nine's toasty toes. There you go. You can sit around the hearth, take your boots off, stick them out there at the fire, warm your souls and the sole of your feet. Next up is Yes, Kiwis Can Fly. Ah, come on. It was going to be great. Yes, Kiwis can fly, but can they swim? Damn it. Ah, I can't even put can Kiwis swim wishing well. Okay. Killing me, game. These name restrictions are far too short. Disapprove. And finally, the warehouse. This one's going to be Rose Sand. Rose Sand Sundry Storage. There you go. Jobs a good one. Okay, so that was the first thing that we needed to get done. We've got a little bit of food, but not very much. We need to get some houses down, I feel. And around the square is probably best. I'm not sure how big of an area this is going to be, but I'm going to say that the houses can back up more towards the farmland than away from it. If we go to Fertility Base, about here is as far as I want to take. So I don't want to lose all of this really prime farmland. So around here can be housing. So with that in mind, we want health. Would that even be here? No, probably not. Construct house. Okay. So you've got a couple of options. Apartments, small and private housing, not as space efficient as other options. There's housing, larger structures for more residents, and then long houses, a great structure to house a lot of residents. But first I want to check, how do you feel about, how does Talapi feel about privacy? Is privacy even a thing? Is that still something that we need to consider? Or do they not care about that anymore? It might be that they don't care about it. Occupation, government, religion, environment, services. Would it be into there? No, not really. Access. Tempok TV, I think you very, very much need to change whatever that was in reference to. I think you need to wipe clean whatever those numbers were in reference to and get new ones. Ah, my lord. New keyboard almost slipped off desk. Privacy doesn't matter anymore, so we're gonna go for early days. We're gonna go with the big chunky rooms then in that case. Long houses. I would like it to point towards the scare, perhaps. Now, isolation is an important one. Let's turn off this. I'm going to build this out first, and then we're going to see about building a room around it. Because you can be a little bit more creative with this sort of thing. One longhouse, then two regular houses. Something like this. I'm not sure how isolated these will be. But in the event that these are not isolated enough, I can change this up a little bit more. Not going to be very round, though, which is the only concern. This will do. And I'm going to want a ceiling, because the ceilings effectively take the place of doors. Like so. There we are. Something like that should work. Fairly simple little structure, but it'll do. And then all of this will have its own ceiling on the internals. Go. Do I care about their privacy? I care about their privacy if it would make them unhappy, yeah. I care about the things that would cause other Talapi not to move here. That I care a lot about. Oh no. Is that building the wrong thing? Is that building ceilings and not walls? Oh my god, why? It was. Not the worst mistake to have made. Annoying, but not terrible. Yo, we've got one house ready at this point. We've got full isolation. Yeah, I don't know how you tell roundness anymore. The isolation on the longhouse is a bit rough. Which makes sense, because it's got almost no coverage on the walls. Let's see if I can't increase it just a little bit. By adding in wooden walls here and here and here. That might be enough. Yeah, it was, actually. Okay. Nice. There we go. So this gives us enough room for our current residents. Food-wise, we probably need a lot more very soon. To that end, I'm going to say... Going to want a hunter. Where would that be? Husbandry, farms... down hunter, there we are. So if we slow this down a little bit, I'm going to be making it out of wood. This can kind of just tuck in here. Not sure how big of a hunter I'm going to want. If I get the butcher's table... The butcher's table will tell us how many people could be working in here. And then the efficiency is based on the utilities. So I'm going to need some stuff in there. That puts it up to 80. This puts it up to 100. I can have 4 hunters working in here at a time. Put those 2 there. Gives them access in. They can do their butchery. The utilities are just whatever. But I'm going to need... Oh, I'm going to need furniture for this? Yikes. Okay, that is a big change. That is a nasty change. Wasn't expecting that, not going to lie. Alright, well, let's change up our choices then. How about some husbandry? We could get an Oro Pasture. The tilapia are pretty good at handling them. They're not good at Balti crawlers. Endolent's fine. Globdian and Onks. What? You want them to do their butchering on the floor? Well, no. God damn it. Ooh, how much do huts cost? Alright. I'm going to want to turn on my Fertility Base for this one. It's regular fertility, I guess. We'd have a large pasture around here. We'd have a very large pasture if we wanted. I want to try and maximize the high fertility soil that we're using. Go. Can't expand it further south anymore. I can expand it out in this direction a bit more. At that point, I'm then at my maximum, I think. Shave off a little bit there. Expand it out a little bit more on this side. So that's going to be a hefty Oro Pasture. I'm going to need to put in huts. Is this going to require... These are new for me. I'm also going to need a gate. Let's put the gate over on this side. And then huts. Oh, it tells me how much efficiency this would add. Okay. Put a hut there. Probably going to want another hut over here somewhere. And then probably a longer hut down here. And something over here. There you go. It's going to take an awful lot of wood to make, but it'll be worth making. They might even get a decent amount of wood from the tiles there. Take care, Dark Helmet. You have a good one, mate. Yeah, I'm glad they did away with some of the constraining preferences. I'm with you on that, Silent Ghost, because it made longhouses really difficult to ever justify. And yeah, if you only have a single race, then you may as well just go for longhouses over houses or apartments. But the houses are decorated according to a single race's preferences. As a consequence of that, the smaller houses, whilst they are less space efficient per population, they are more space efficient per racial diversity. So it's what you're maximizing for. Is yours an extremely racially diverse city? Then you probably want more but smaller houses to maximize the amount of different races that can live close together and close to their places of work. Because people will move based on their distance from where they work. So you want to try and always make sure that your workers have somewhere close to their place of employment where they can live. But if you've only got a couple of massive houses there that are already being used up by a different race than the one that's trying to work there, then they're going to have to travel from stupid far away in order to get to their job, which does massively cause issues. At the very least, oh, it looks like, yeah, we're bringing in some fruit and veg from around the place. Nice. Very nice. I'm actually tempted to give you an extra employee. Because your workload is actually getting up to 100% there. I would sooner have a couple more people working on that than less. And to that end, the next thing we're going to want, I think, is a marketplace. Distribution. Food stalls. Build a food stall. Food stalls will collect edible resources and make basic meals out of them. For your citizens, subjects will also get a chance to pick what they want, and thus improve food preference. Build your food stalls relatively close to a food-filled warehouse as possible for it to work well. I could pop a little stall down here. Must be placed inside. Interesting, okay. Oh, there we are. I'm assuming that this doesn't need to be anything particularly massive. It can be huge if I really wanted it to be, but I don't think I'd need it to be. I think that should be more than good enough. Serves 5, employs plus 0.8. Sorry, 3.8 rather. 0.8? What am I talking about? Sure, I could pop this there. People can grab a little bit of lunch, and we'll eventually set up a better place. Or I can plan for that right now and set up an actual market. And I think that might be the way to go. This is new content for me, so I'm not entirely certain how to go about setting it up. I haven't added a janitor yet. We've only just started, though, so I'm not too concerned about that. Area is not connected, or an item is cutting off part. Ah, right, okay. So I'm going to need to make it a little bit larger, I would imagine. Something like this. And then have the stall in the middle. Or I could cut down its shape a little bit further and have the stall just teeny tiny. That being said, I could have 2 of them facing one another. That would also work. So that would give me services 8 people. This almost needs a full 1 employee. Almost. I could make it a larger market. I would sooner have it potentially employ almost 1 single person. But it'll service a lot more people. Right now, a single person working this stall is more than good enough for me. Dunk. The next thing, a market. Markets keep equipment and furnishings available for your subjects. This saves them the effort of fetching it themselves and also provides a happiness boost. Okay. But I would need furniture for me to set that up, so that's not going to happen. Got lavatories, but that also needs furniture. We've got shrines, which only need stone, so maybe we can set that up. A speaker, which also needs just stone. A public speaker informing your citizens about news and gossip. Speakers add fulfillment to some, but also education and indoctrination up to 15%. Could have the speaker down there, or I could have a speaker kind of settled across here, and we can have some extra decorations around this then. And I kind of like the idea of having some extra decorations, and having things like this close by makes a lot of sense to me. So let's pop a speaker just about there. So someone is going to have the job of being the town gossip. For some of you in chat, that is the perfect job. And whoever that person is, no matter what the rest of their life is like, they are blessed. There you go. Alright. So if you have a look in here, employment 0 of 1, the speaker. This one's going to be the... We'll see. Also, Sammy Witch, thank you very much for the bits there. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Really appreciate that. The ballistic. The ballistic gossip post. It's off. Right, we've already got someone working there. Service 50/50. Wow. Okay, you've really. Oh, is that how many services are available? I think it's how many services are available. Food stall. We're going to be going with the Dracon. See, if I'd read the names out, Ballistic Burrito would have been a better one for an eatery. But sure. Draken. The Draken's Nomnery. Yeah. One person will be here. The load is reasonable. I can tell them what to store here, but honestly, I'm okay with them storing everything in this place. A little bit of everything that we've got. That'll work. Red Octobear, thank you very much for the 19 months, mate. Diolch yn fawr. Right, at this point, there are two important things that I need. One of them is more people. You are allowed to join us. You're happy with what... Well, relatively happy. Like, the loyalty's been increasing. Happiness is good. So, sure. We'll authorize some more people to join. But they are unclean ones. They are unloyal. They have not proven themselves to the community. Terrible. Happiness will falter a little bit. Having to brush shoulders with such uneducated scallywags, but it is our duty to elevate them, to bring them in from the wastes and the barbarism that was their previous life. Ballistic Burrito, so Taco Bell, yeah, pretty much. Alright, okay, so that's sorted. So, the next thing that I wanted to do was... Now, where would this be? Janitor, there we go. We need someone who's going to go out there and just keep things in working order. And for this job, we're going to set it up over here. This will be an extension of what we've currently got, much the same way I was going to do with the Hunter. We'll have a workstation in here. This is as big as the workstation gets, though. So I can put one there. This is potentially going to employ a lot of janitors. I'm okay with that for now. It's not something I would want in the long term, but for the time being, this is alright. I could put that there. That would give me enough, and then I could have just a little doorway coming in there. That'll do. But we'll only employ one person here to start with. The only thing that is the problem is they're going to start maintaining this whole road, which is going to like distract them for a very long time. How are we doing for the... Oh, no. Do you wish to refer... No. Want to see how we're doing for the wood. We're quite far away from it. But we're okay with at least regards to our resources at the moment. Now, one thing I would very much like to do is I would like to... Because we've got spoilage on quite a lot of these things. I would like to try and do some trading if I could. Right now, for example, I don't care about this. Let's slow down to the regular speed. Can I trade this at all? The available space of your import depots for import and tribute. When trading with factions, you can only buy according to your available space. And export capacity. The current stock of your export depots. These goods will be brought by trade partners that offer the highest price, if one exists. Taxes. Treasury, tourists, technology. Oh, this has changed. Oh, wow. We can build grand arenas now? How marvelous. I can build a barber. That is fair. Honestly, if there was one glaring flaw in this game up until this point that every time I played it, I was like, well, that's just completely unrealistic. Nothing makes sense anymore. It was that our people did not groom their facial hair properly. I don't care about the hair on the top of the head, it's just the beards. They were disrespecting the beard, and Dondorians without properly groomed beards? No, complete immersion breaking. Awful. Okay, so I need to do some trading with some places. Also, I need to go onto the main map a second. Battle, no. World map. This be us. Resume. I would like to know who we are. Capital. But is there information about us? As in the ruler of our area. Oh yeah, Bob of Berinia. No, I'm not Bob. Bob is a fine and strong traditional name. However, no. Is there a way that I can change the name of our ruler? Ah, here we are. Aavak. Clearly. Faction name. Berinia. Yeah. There we go. Color masks. What? Did I just click? What have I done? I have no idea. Okay. I'm clicking all of the buttons and I don't know which buttons I'm clicking and why. We are in trouble. There we go. Color masks. Can we change this? Let's change our flag up a little bit. I guess I could change the type of flag. We on a torn flag? No, of course we don't. That'll do. Background. We want more of a dark flag. Oh, let's go with a dark but a very rich green. Not a blue green, a rich green. Foreground border. Okay, I see. That's nice. Pole. Let's go more for a... I want like a polished bronze kind of look. So I'm going to need this to be a bit lighter. Bronze is... It's kind of like a... more of a muddy gold. I feel that most people draw gold too yellow. And the easiest and simplest fix for the way that, in my opinion, because, colours is just... A lot of it is quite literally in the eye of the beholder. But I feel that a lot of people add too much yellow to their gold. And the one thing that they could do that would make most people's version of drawn gold look like actual gold is to muddy the color a bit. And I feel that bronze is muddying it a lot from that starting yellow. Somewhere about... No, I don't think that's particularly a good bronze color, personally. I think It might even come down to just needing more reflectiveness, but somewhere around there will do. Aavak, you can't just change your name, the kingdom's name, and your flag all at once. Can you imagine the nightmarish advertising costs we're going to incur to try and combat the loss of recognition? I mean, that's fair. Hi, but gold is green, not yet. Well, I mean, yeah, but like, what I'm talking about is when people are drawing gold. If you talk about your average person who draws a gold coin, you give them a choice of like 3 or 4 colored pencils. Like if you just go with primary colors, they're not going to grab the green. They're going to grab the yellow. Which eye of the beholder, though? Anti-magic disintegration, petrification? That is a very good question. Actually, it's a very important question. Right. So, what are we going to do here? We want strong geometric shapes, I feel. I right-clicked. My bad. What I want is to know how I can remove. Is it just... oh, hold the left mouse button to draw... control. There we are. Maybe that's okay. Before you ask, what am I drawing? I'm not actually drawing anything in particular. I'm trying to just throw things in to see what stands out to me. It's a little bit too bold, I feel. But maybe we could do that. Oh my lord, I just realized basically what I'm making, and I'm not entirely sure I should be making this. This is how you get a reputation as a bad guy. Okay, sure. Now we just need a triangle behind... No. Border will be... Well, we could go for much more gold. Much more gold, though. Up there. And the foreground color needs to be something deep red, I think. Yeah, because this doesn't say evil. Absolutely not. 100%. Anyone looking at this, in their right mind, will be like, oh, that looks very wholesome, trustworthy, kind, even. And that is the flag of a kind ruler. I don't see why not. The punnage in chat. Why? Why would you do this? Alright, that's good enough for me. Boosts. Defense skill. Skill with the bow is actually quite high. Because of our species at the moment. Which is largely focused on the Talapi. And these are all of the other bonuses and the likes that we've got going on. First of their name. Level. We're currently a Mir. To become an... So, Amir is the head of the lowest of the noble houses. The people who follow you know not to expect much. To be Amir is a chosen one, destined to lead his people to greatness. In order to secure future growth, we must now turn to our ingenuity. At that point, we can unlock libraries, and we get this at 25 population. Amarir. And Amarir is a rightful ruler of the land. As such, we can now conduct trade with our neighbors. Okay, so we've got to get to Amarir in order to trade. Gotcha. Prontix. Prontix is a Styxian for protector. Oh, sorry, is Syxian. Why do I am so bad at calling this Styx, and it's not. It's Syx. A Prontix ensures the safety of his followers, and now that our settlement has grown, it is high time we put together a guard force. There are a lot of people in our surroundings that might be looking to take what is ours. then you become an Apprentice. An Apprentice is a conqueror. It is time we look to our offensive capabilities. With a military supply depot, we can now supply an army away from our town, either for aggressive or defensive purposes, or just aggressive defense. They're going to turn us eventually. We should just strike the first blow now, minimize the damage. Then the Apprentice Ray. You now have the title of Grand Conqueror, and as such, you now have the divine permission to recruit a nobleman who can help you greatly. Then Legati. As our population bolsters, unfortunately, so will the bad apples. Crime must be dealt with swiftly and justly, else they can easily get out of hand. A Legati is a judge, and as such, lets you pass judgment on your subjects. And then the Decori. I love the fact they've all got these names. Decori simply means price. Such a noble title needs a realm to go with its capital. With an administration, we can develop our conquered lands to a greater extent, raise bigger armies, and expand our influence. Decori simply means... Did that mean prince? Did they mean to say prince and not price? I am a noble price. The noblest of prices. The Decori Ray. You are now a great... Yeah, they meant to say prince. Should probably point that one out. Yes, I'm a noble price. Very expensive. It isn't just a meal. You need to take me out to the cinema as well. I need ice cream. Not just your rabble ice cream, that filthy plebeian cow's milk ice cream. No, I need goat's milk ice cream. You are now Great Prince. Congratulations. Good news. You can now style yourself with the title of Sorax, meaning King. Who would have thought? You now hold the title of High King. And then Asta. As an Asta, or Emperor, you're simply better than 99% of all noble houses of Syx. And then Asta Invicti. All of Syx have come together and acknowledge you as the new Astra Invicti. The title hails from the myth of the one who unifies all of Syx and defeats Aminion himself. To hold such a great title is the greatest honor in all of Syx. Okay, there we go. We've got a little ways to go. How much? We need 12,000 people and 12 separate regions in order to... We're only 1,000... We're 1,000th of our population requirement and 1/12 of our region requirement. Okay. Good morning, Joanne. How are you doing? Let's speed things up. I need to get this Oro Pasture up and running as soon as we can. Have we got 2 people? Yeah, we've got 2 people working here, which is fine. Can we get some more peeps? Is there a way for... Like, how much does... Oh, that's not what I wanted. But alright, I suppose. I do want 25. It's just I want to have more control over when they're coming in so that I don't flood the population too aggressively, because that tends to pull happiness down and also loyalty. I want to introduce new people gradually. Gently. Workload is very low here. We're good. Good for a while. This is servicing enough people. The load is only 17% over here. It's only 21%. And in here... See, I wish this would show it in a different way. Like, it shows this bar here. But over here, it's just a straight up number. I wish it was a little bit more unified. If that makes sense. Oh, we've got all of the wood we needed. Fantastic. They're starting to build all the things. How close am I to various titles? And by titles, I mean title achievements. I have no idea. So, the Conqueror, the Great, the Nudist. Keep your citizens naked and gain an extra boost to exposure. I feel that being known as the ruler who requires that his people are in the nude all the time, that has a certain connotation that I'm not sure that we're ready for. I like how you still already have one unlocked. I have no idea how that one unlocked. I opened up the game and it was like, haha, here you go. You seem like a slaver. It's like, what? How dare you, game? Because it's not even a case that, oh, well, you know, here's your achievements from the, you know, previous plays. Because I had loads of titles unlocked from previous. That was the only one it gave me. I must have left such a strong impression. And I don't like what that says, frankly. I disapprove. Got 1 of 5, 5 of 5. And this is 1 of 10. So actually, yeah, we've got 20... Oh, sorry, we've got 30 people can currently be here. That's decent. That's quite decent. Need a lot more food, though. I don't want to give them too many jobs, though, all at once, because it'll slow them down rather sharpish. I will authorize you. You can come and join us. Services, though, well, that's 58%. Speaker, hearths, food stalls, advisor, missing workers. What? We no longer have enough workers to man all of our workplaces. This can quickly turn into a complete collapse of our city. You now need to set work priorities, giving the highest ones to what is most essential to our city. You can also go through all of our workplaces. Perhaps workload is low in some, and labour can be freed and put elsewhere. Okay, fair enough. Let's slow things down. Did this just come online? That should only be... No. Well... Only have one person, please. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Womp. I will allow 3 people to work in this pasture for now. Crack to it. We've got a lot of skill, though. We also need to name these 2 places. So the janitors... We've named the food stall. Yep. Have we named the speaker? Yep. Okay, so janitors we need to name. This one shall be... Eldritch. The Eldritch Fixery. The Oro Pasture shall be... Omega Dracon, did you put your name in twice? Wow. Draconic. The Draconic Meat Nursery. There we are. Well done, you dapper Baron. Just throwing out naming game requests hither and yon without any care. Impressive. Right. We are going to need some buildings going up rather soon. Also, if we look at this, it'll show us all of the places that it can reach to manage. And all of the things that it needs to repair. Mostly the road. To that end, I'm actually... Well... No, I'm not going to give them more. I'll take care, Tutrius. And thank you very much for that pre-birthday wishes. Very much appreciated, mate. Right, so in terms of our workshops... I think I've got everything I need. Oh, we need a mass grave still. Oh, shrines, actually. I will authorize both of you, but religion. So you want burial. Right, let's have a look at... A minion, the Lord of Chaos, promotes submission, and his temples accept human sacrifice from prisoners, at the very least. Now, we've got 3 followers of them. We've got 9 followers of craterism. Crater, the foremost creator of the Astari, promotes farming and husbandry. That would be good for our Oro Pastures. We've got 9 followers of Crater. We've got 3 followers of Arthurism. Followers of Arthuri, the greatest of the Astari, promotes enlightenment and productivity. This would increase university tailors, smiths, ration makers, potters, paper makers, mechanics, masons, jewelers, carpenters, bowyers, weavers, metal smelters, charcoalers, breweries, and bakeries. And we've got 3 followers of Schmalerism. Followers of Schmalor, the great queen of the Argonosh. This increases submission, offensive skill, and defensive skill. Can I tell them that they're not allowed? Does this impact anything? Like, if I build a temple for these various deities, does that have a negative effect somewhere? Oh, actually, you're quite right. Building a temple to Shamalarism lowers our defensive skill. It slightly increases our offensive skill and slightly twice. So it's like 50% offensive skill, 100% submission increase, and then a little bit of negative. Whereas building a shrine or temple to Aminionism would increase submission. Prison, pardoned, exiled, etc. Occupation. Education is actually not so bad. The education level of your citizen increased by having them go to school when young and universities when adult. Increases productivity of some industries, benefiting from critical thinking. I can have universities, we'll give them a knowledge limit, 75%. The maximum knowledge to teach. Subjects that are above this knowledge limit will not attend the service. Schools, permission 100%, so I can flip between indoctrinate or educate. Educated workers are less happy but are much more productive in the more esoteric things like research. I say esoteric, it feels like the wrong word, but more working with their mind and less with their hands. Though that being said, you've got things like charcoalers and metal smelters. I'm not really sure how they're deciding on the dividing line, but if we indoctrinate them, they'll be happier, but they'll be less good with doing the brain thinks. But doing the hand works, very good. And also the heart happy, super happy. But brain think, no. Educate. Now I've equipped you with the knowledge to just truly understand how shit your life is. You're welcome. That's a little bit too real for me. Maybe we should switch to indoctrinate. They'll be dumb, but they'll be happy. In terms of suppression, I'm not really sure. Like, how would suppression affect my population directly? I'm not really sure how that affects them in individual. Properties. Submission, here we are. Submission is useful for slaves. Submissive slaves will be reluctant to revolt, and you can mistreat them. What? You can mistreat them more? Isn't there another way that you could have worded that, game? That being said, maybe it's good that you worded it like this. Maybe people need to be faced with just what they're contemplating a little bit more often, and perhaps the world would be a better place as a consequence. If people weren't allowed to just hide from the realities of their decisions by using flowery words, like, oh, you want submission? That's fine. We can make them more willing to take a beating. No, that's not what I said. Yeah, but is it not? Is that not really what you said? You may have used different words, but isn't it what you meant, though? It's like, uncomfortable squirming intensifies. Argonash, by the way, the queen of the Argonash. The Argonash are a race, and we can get them into our cities. It's just, unlike the first 6 races, which are easy-ish to get, they are very special. We've got the Cantors, who are basically giants, literally massive. In the same way that if you've played Crusader Kings, you've got your regular troops and then you've got your knights. And the knight is the equivalent of a tank. One knight is the equivalent of a tank's worth of infantrymen. That's the same for the Cantors. The Cantors are enormous. They are very few and difficult to come by. But they are, if you had an entire, like, regiment, a squad of Cantors, they would demolish most armies. Then you've got the Argonash, who are, from what I understand, kind of similarly massive. And quite good fighters. Sanity is just off the charts. More or less reverse heat and cold. The Cantors live for 1,000 years. The Argonash live for 500. But they are stupid fast. The Garthemi are the closest to the Argonash. Oh, actually, no, the Tilapia as well. The Argonash are about 50% faster than our Tilapia are, which is impressive because the Tilapia are otherwise very, very quick. But look at the weights. So Tilapia 56. Crotonians are 72. Dondorians are 88. Garthemis are 56, much like the Tilapia. Humans are at about 80. You know what? This really does say that this is kilos, because that's about the right weight for humans. The Amevias are 100 kilos. Okay, you know, quite a lot of humans are that heavy. If that's the average, that means they're on average a bit bulkier than humans, but, you know, definitely in the same sort of wheelhouse. But then you've got the Argonash, 240 kilos. They are chunk. They are just pure chunk. And then the Cantors, 400 kilos. That isn't so much a trunk that they're driving around. That is like one of those massive tracked space rocket transporters. Yeah, if a Cantor charged your front lines, it's going through them. Even if you kill it, it's still going through them. Momentum is not going to be your friend when it's on the other side of a Cantor. But yeah, so, you know, everything does things in different ways. This is the amount of meat that we're bringing in, eventually. Well, actually, no. This is telling me what my production rate is per day? Daily tending. We're not getting nearly as much daily tending as we would like. We can have a total of 66 animals because this pasture is actually quite fertile, which is really nice. But yeah, we're producing about... this is the amount that is estimated to be produced each day. Now, the thing is, they won't produce that until they kill an Auroch. So I don't know if that is daily production. It's going to be less often than that, but it'll average out to that.